So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Gianluca Masi speaking on the behalf of the Virtual Telescope Project, and here we are finally to hopefully share the Perseid meteor shower live, and I just started immediately sharing our live view because I just opened the live feed coming from my all-sky camera. I just want to be sure that everything is running correctly before starting and just sharing with you a few more information. It looks like everything is up and running, my friends, so I think I can really start telling you what is happening, what we are seeing, and so on. First of all, again, all the best and welcome on board from Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project founder and manager. And you know, we are here because these nights are very special, because as it happens every year, we are just enjoying the Perseid meteor shower. Right now, planet Earth, while it is orbiting around the Sun, is crossing the orbit of comet Swift-Tuttle. And while doing this, the Earth is just crossing a region where we have plenty of dusty grains just coming from all the tails of that comet. So that very small dusty grains are just entering our atmosphere, and they are moving pretty fast, and before of that they just burn, and this is why you see the shooting star, the meteor up in the sky. So basically the falling stars are not stars at all, but the origin is just a very small, a tiny dusty grain coming from the tail of comet Swift-Tuttle, the one we are crossing the orbit in this very moment of the year, every year. So this is why this is happening just every year. It is just having the cycle of 1 year. That said, I want to explain what we are seeing here, my friends. I am in Rome, and luckily tonight the sky in Rome is clear, and I managed to put my high sensitive camera, my very sensitive camera, just outside on my balcony. I managed to select the best view possible, and in fact we are facing the northeast direction. That is the right place. In the very center of the image right now we have the radiant of the Perseid meteor shower. There are a few limitations here, maybe 3. First of all, we are in Rome, so this will of course limit the number of stars and of course of meteors we can see because of light pollution. But basically this very night we had the full moon, and the full moon with the huge amount of light, it is just spreading all around, is making less terrible the choice to be in a city. In other words, even being under dark skies will be basically just useless because of the very bright full moon out there. And also, as you can see, I have just another balcony just above me, and it is taking a part of the sky, so if any meteor will show there, we will not see. But of course I am just hoping that during the hour I just want to spend with you, we will see something reasonably bright to show, no matter the city, no matter the balcony, and no matter the bright moon. And as you can see here, perhaps you can recognize the Cassiopeia constellation, and you can also recognize the Perseids constellation. Please look at the very small just group of stars you can see just above the tree you have on the bottom right. They are Pleiades, and the bright dot of light you see on the right from Pleiades is a planet Mars, my friends, while the bright star you see on the bottom of the image, it is the star Capella, and it is a typical winter star. So what we can do is just look into this image, and hopefully we will see something at some point. Of course, we really don't know when, because as I said many times now, it is just question of luck, with just a number of limiting factors just acting this year against our hopes to see something. Bright moon, in this case also bright city, and of course not full sky coverage, but the most important limitation here to me is just the full moon. And if you can recognize stars, you should be also able to locate where the polar star is, my friends. And I am taking images just using 10 seconds exposure, and you can see also from time to time a sort of countdown updating regularly on the upper left. And it is not just updating regularly, because the screen, the image I'm sharing with you is actually the screen of a computer, a laptop I have on my balcony just beside the camera, and I am connected to that computer remotely. So plenty of technology at work here, and hopefully we will see, I hope that hopefully we can see something of interest, my friends. I can just hope that at some point we will see something amazing, but I can only hope this will happen, because I cannot, of course, do more than that, my friends. I'm just looking with you, hoping that at some point a shooting star will show. And of course, Perseids are one of the most famous meteor showers of the year, and those living like me in the northern hemisphere have enjoyed this meteor shower likely a lot of times, mainly for one reason, maybe two. First of all, it is honestly a spectacular meteor shower under perfect and ideal conditions. That is very dark sky, early in the morning. You can see up to 100 meteors per hour, okay? And this is one of the reasons why the Perseid meteor shower is so popular. It is rich, it is funny, it is spectacular, actually. And another reason is that the shower is showing during our northern summer, and it is just a joy to stay out there, to stay out or looking up during the hottest, I would say, nights in our year. And so you can be very happy to stay outdoor while the temperatures are so hot, looking up. So at least the honestly spectacular event, and also the opportunity to enjoy the show while the temperature is very comfortable at night, are two factors making the Perseid meteor shower so popular. But of course, it is not the only meteor shower you can see, of course, during the year. For example, in December you have the Geminids, and Geminids are also truly spectacular. Perhaps they are even more spectacular than Perseids. But at least for us, living in the northern hemisphere, and of course being the Geminids, it is referring to the Gemini constellation, northern sky constellation. I would say that Geminids are just at their best from the north hemisphere, but they are showing at winter for us. So it is honestly less obvious to go out there and stay outdoor while temperature is just around 0 degrees Celsius or so. This is why, my friends, I think the Perseids meteor shower are by far the most spectacular, the most spectacular meteor shower you can ever see. Okay. We are just hoping, observing, as I say many times, and the funny thing here is that we can really do nothing. Just wait, just hope. And just in case a bright meteor will enter this large field of view, we should see it pretty well, my friends. From time to time I will have my microphone off and on while hoping to see something during this 1 hour long. I decided to open the live feed a bit earlier than scheduled as I saw the sky was clear in Rome. Unfortunately, it is not clear on the remote site where I was supposed to go. And after all, having the opportunity to try from Rome, while much less ideal than the pristine remote site I was supposed to reach, it is better than nothing, provided we have clouds and rain at the remote site I selected. Still nothing, my friends? Of course, we are up and running, but at least I see no meteors so far. We really need some luck to hopefully spot something. but we would deserve such a sight just for trusting the opportunity, despite the city and the full moon. Let's really hope we will have something reasonably good. But as I said, we can only hope, my friends. As meteors are completely unpredictable, of course, when a meteor shower is active, you have reasonable probabilities to see something. But you don't know where. Just let's hope. Oh, look on the right, very likely it is an airplane. So next trail, yeah, it is an airplane just entering the field of view. And this is clearly telling us we are just live. But we would prefer to see also a natural streak that is a meteor. I can also hear the motors of the airplane out there. Perhaps even you, I don't know. So it crossed the entire sky. But we really would like to see a meteor. Perhaps I can enlarge a bit. With this providing perhaps a better resolution. I'm amazed every time I see Pleiades because they really resembles a very small dipper, a mini dipper. but still nothing, unfortunately. We can just hope, as I said many times now. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Still nothing, but of course we are live, and every moment, every 10 seconds, just see the countdown on the upper left, a new image is uploaded from, it is actually downloaded from the camera and uploaded to this computer, and every 10 seconds you have a new opportunity to see something happening there. still up and running, my friends, but still no bright meteors. But we are still ideally looking up. Just to give you an idea about genuine meteors. This is a meteor I imaged last year, for example. Just to give you the idea of a bright meteor. And here we are just looking in the same direction. That is an image from last year from the mountain, no moon, very dark sky. You can recognize the Pleiades as we were seeing earlier from Rome. Look, this one again from last year, 2021. Another short and bright meteor from last year. Quite a good number of meteors last year. That happened because, of course, the sky was dark with no moon, and this is an image coming from 2018 when we had another beautiful moonless night at the Perseid peak, and I managed to put together all the trails I recorded on the image just to give you an idea of the experience. We are now back We can see an almost vertical line, very faint on the left from Pleiades, but it is an artificial satellite clearly, because every few seconds you can see it clearly moving. We really want to see a bright Perseid here in more than in about 40 minutes we saw nothing, at least nothing bright enough to be visible, no matter the full moon and no matter the city, because all this is just coming from Rome, brought to you by the Virtual Telescope project with our all sky camera in Rome as the remote site we were supposed to reach was under cloudy skies yesterday and tonight. And I must also say that because of the very bright moon, well, the difference wouldn't have been dramatic. We are just hopefully looking. Okay, that was the remote screen saver. I see plenty of technology at work here, because I am sitting on my desktop, okay, and I am remotely connected to a laptop I have on my balcony, and that laptop is actually controlling the all sky camera. Let's hope we'll see something interesting. You can see an airplane on the upper right, several red dots. Of course, unless a very bright meteor will show, I really think it will be hard to spot something this year. Of course, the live feed is still regularly running, and from time to time we can see an airplane crossing this huge field of view, and thanks to that we have a clear demonstration that all this is happening live. As you can see, images are coming back to back. Every image is collecting light for 10 seconds. Just take note of the countdown on the upper left, and after those 10 seconds the image is showing on our screen, and the idea is to see if there is any bright streak, which could be a meteor, and in this particular case it could be a Perseid. Of course, the very bright, actually full moon, as well as the bright city of Rome are making much harder than, for example, last year to spot something. Of course, there are faint meteors just happening, displaying there, but we are missing those faint streaks because, as I said, the sky background is too bright to see them. Hopefully at least one above the average meteor could show every time the exposure value on the left is 0, the image is just shared on the screen, and at that very moment it is the moment when we can hopefully see something. Look, a meteor on the left, but it is a... Oh, okay, maybe, let's see, I'm not sure if it is a satellite or just a meteor captured between two photograms. Next, we'll say... Oh no, it is a very bright satellite crossing the field of view. This is still interesting because it happened from nothing. No meteor, friends. But still a very nice artificial satellite, giving quite a show in 30 seconds or so. The first image could be a genuine meteor, okay, also because it was properly oriented to be a Perseid. Then I saw a brighter streak in the next image, and of course the duration could be a problem, too long duration, but of course it could even be a meteor just taken just between two images, okay, but once we had a third image showing that it was way too much, so it was an artificial satellite just making our attention and jumping to the stars. Keep looking up. We are still up and running. We saw a very bright satellite flash earlier. We'll need to investigate. We'll do this in the next days. Another satellite crossing the field of view from the top to the bottom. still up and running, still no bright meteors, but still looking up. We will be live for about 20 more minutes. And we have been running this for more than 1 hour now. And zero meteors at all. Now the moon is slowly approaching its setting, but still we are left with plenty of city lights. But again, if a bright meteor will cross the field of view, we would promptly see it despite the city lights. I can easily recognize, and if you have experience with the sky, you can do the same. A lot of things. On the left you have the polar star. On the upper part you can recognize the Cassiopeia constellation. The brightest dot of light you see on the right side of the image is planet Mars, and not far from planet Mars, a bit on the left, on the bottom left from Mars, you can see a very small dipper. They are the Pleiades, and from the Pleiades, if you move to the bottom, you can see also Aldebaran, while the bright star you see just below the center of the image is Capella. And in the very center you have the Perseids constellation, and just hosting the radiant, giving its name to the meteor shower we are still hoping to see in action. So friends, I'm now going to close this live feed. We really tried for about 1 hour and 10 minutes more or less to spot something, but we saw just airplanes, satellites, even bright ones, but not bright meteors. We knew this year was far from being ideal because of the full moon. In Italy we had plenty of cloudy weather, and tonight in Rome was clear, so I decided to set up my large field of view camera in Rome. And while we can see many stars, we didn't see any bright meteor, and of course the city lights are also affecting the view. But while we had the bright moon up there, after all, the moon, the city light were not such a huge issue, because the moon was perhaps even a more serious one. That said, my friend, Gianluca Masi Virtual Telescope Project is just saying thank you to everyone for joining. And tomorrow, in about I would say 26 hours, we will have another great live feed. We will be sharing no less than the last supermoon of the year. Yes, the same full moon, which made almost impossible for us to spot meteors, will be full moon, while not far from its perigee, so a so-called supermoon, and we will be sharing images of that very nice full moon setting above Rome. And we will do this live feed in 26 hours by now, and in a few hours I will update the virtual telescope website. But if you go there, you can already check on the upcoming event section details about the live feed we will be running tomorrow to share the last supermoon of the year. That's all, my friends. Gianluca Masi, Virtual Telescope Project.